Oh, it's me, Dom. Alright, bro. I'm gonna talk about why Gen Z is broke. All you broke boys, all you generational Z, this is why you're broke. This is why we are doomed or something. Yes, the economy is pretty screwed, yes, but you gotta expand yourself, bro. If you're in Gen Z, which is like 97 through like 2009, I think, I don't know. I am Gen Z. I am 21. I'm Gen Z. But I got that old man mentality. I'm an old thinker. I'm educated. Everything. This is some of the reasons for my own experience and just because they don't want to work. Okay, let's write that down. Because I got to take. I need to talk on this. My own experience. Okay. Me, I can just tell you, I come from humble beginnings. Let me tell you a quick story. Traumatic, by the way. So my siblings and I moved with my grandparents for like a year. Back in 2013, 2012, I was like second grader, legit. That's pretty crazy to say. Anyways, but okay, so like little second grader, we moved for like 1 year. My mom was trying to sell the crib. Really couldn't afford it. This is after they separated. My parents separated, divorced. It was finalized, and she couldn't sell the crib. Okay, so we go back to the house. We go back to the crib. We didn't have anything in there, no furniture, nothing. Okay, and we didn't have no fridge. Short story. I wanted to eat some cereal. Me and my brother wanted to eat some cereal, and we didn't have no cooling system to put that milk to make it last. So we got a little styrofoam cooler, little cooler box thing from freaking Walmart, and we filled it with ice, put the milk in there. Does that sound traumatic? Should a kid see that? Should a kid have to go through that? And people have been through worse than this, but I think this is down terrible, bro. I don't remember anything really good from my childhood. And that traumatized, that type of stuff, seeing my mom go through, cry about bills, eviction notices, all this stress has got into me to never want to live like that. Okay, humble, very beginnings. Okay, so that put this scarcity mindset into me about money, okay? And so I'm a natural saver. I save everything. So, and we're going to get into that real quick, but let me tell you about why I think Gen Z is broke. Okay. Consumerism. They're brought up to think, oh, the wealth, things on the outside is how you're rich, is what you're rich, what your car looks like, what that status, what that new iPhone, what that Chromebook or MacBook. You're brought up to think things that look cool to other people, and you're just a natural consumerism in the United States when things, ads, and all of these nice things, clothes, watches, you just become a natural consumer. That's how we're just brought up to think. No one's a natural investor. No one's a natural just want to put money away. You learn about that stuff. I learned about that stuff. Okay? Living below their means. Every time you get a raise, every time you get a check, it doesn't matter how small it is. It doesn't matter how much it is. I just feel like they don't live below their means. They want to go get clothes. They want to buy and realize that's going to get short-term dopamine. That's going to realize it's not going to really fulfill them. Yeah, it'll look cool, make you feel good for a little bit, but that's not really, like, you're setting yourself back. Okay? This is my own experience. Heartbreak, grief, dream car. For 2 years, from 18 to 20, I was in college too. This is 23 to 25. I saved 70K. I saved everything. I idolized money. Money became my false god. It was idolatry. Look that up. You don't even know what that is. Look that up. I put money before God. I put money before my mom. I put money before my relationship. And I went through it for 9 months. Got that dream car like right after the relationship. You can go back, see the video. What I learned from getting my dream car at 20. completely changed. Realized it was just empty. Seeing in the passenger seat, there was nobody in there that I thought I wanted this future with this other person, completely changed me. It was hollow. I was empty. I was crying every single day, or crying every single weekend driving it, trying to look cool, trying to fulfill a void in me. I'm telling you, dropped. I can tell you the truth. I dropped. In 9 months, I dropped 40K. You want to say that? 40K. Yeah, the money's gonna come and go, but my whole mindset, because I felt lost, I felt grief, I felt all this stuff, all this completely changed me. This is the only point when you will change, is when you feel, and you'll change for the better or you'll change for the worse. You gotta pick it. And that's why we get a lot of motivation from heartbreak. That's why we get a lot of motivation from that stuff. So this is my own experience. So I completely was like, no, I'm not. Yes, I can afford a car, but if you can't buy something twice, you can't afford it. So yeah, you can do that minimum payment. Anyone can. It's not that hard. But me, a natural saver, it was hitting my nervous system. It was like, this is eating a lot. This is eating a lot. Put that into investment calculator. Like, what was it? Like it was like 816. 7 years, that's 100K. It's gone. You try to think and fantasize the numbers now. Fantasize the numbers in your head, because it's more than that. Okay, so realized that was a feeling, and yeah, I'm completely detached from consumerism, completely detached. I don't want anything, I don't need anything. It's gonna and it's gonna be easy. Say that. Long-term thinking. Gen Z doesn't long-term think. They don't think 5 years, 10 years. This is how wealthy people really think when they're much older. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. How do you think your life is gonna look? I'm telling you right now, I already got the rest of my 20s mapped out. I already know what I kind of really want to do. Life will happen, things will happen, I will learn more, I'm gonna see more, but I already have like a plan and checkpoints. Gen Z doesn't have that mindset. Gen Z looks at their phone, scrolls all day, all night. Gen Z thinks get rich quick scheme. Yeah, there's some anomalies. Yeah, there's probably a little bit Gen Z like me, but for the most part, they're not. They're only focused on whatever they can consume. It's the truth. I don't care. And until I see another Gen Z like me, now I've only met one other guy, and he works in the same warehouse as me. And this man, 1%, top 1%, 21 years old. He don't need anything. He don't want anything. He just saves. Chilling. I'm like, wow. I met someone like me in this town. There's nobody. So it's just like, man, it's possible. Discipline. They're not disciplined. They're not disciplined with saving. They're not disciplined with putting a little bit away. They're not disciplined with like thinking long term. I just don't believe they are. They don't try to find margin. Do you even know what that is? Margin. Your greatest asset is your earned income. And yeah, you can complain about work. Bro, I work nights. My entire nights, my life is getting soaked away. Just nights. I can tell this just to people who just do work nights. It's not fun. Now, it's good for like people like me, guys like me, because we don't have family. We don't have children. We don't have kids. Yes, do this. Do nights, man. Screw it. Do it. Because you're a billionaire of time in your 20s or when you're very young, Gen Z. I got a lot of time to sacrifice. I don't need it, but I'm going to buy back my time. I'm going to buy back my time. No financial literacy. Literally nobody. I looked this up. Nobody knows. My family, I don't know anybody who knows about actual financial literacy, bro. And I highly, highly doubt Gen Z has any sort of work. They don't teach it in schools. They don't teach it in high school. Sometimes they do, but even if they do teach it in school and students, you know how kids are. They jack around. They don't actually look at matching Roth IRAs. They don't actually look at like employee matching. That's free money. They don't actually care about that. Why would they? They think they're gonna be young forever. Why would they care? No, bro. Bro, you only got 10 years of your 20s, and then after that, boom. Basically 5 years. Because once you're like 26, 27, you're already pushing. And at that point, yeah, there's never any time to change when you're 30. You are very, very, very young still. But as you get past a certain point, your body and everything, guys, yeah, they hit their prime later on, but it's just like, where are you in with yourself? You know what I mean? That's why I take it seriously, for real. Rushing out to move out. Yeah, certain situations where you do need to be on your own, where you do want to be on your own, or doing that things where you do feel like you need your own space. Yeah, everyone is very different. I get it, especially if you had like strict parents and they just collapsed on you. For sure, do it. Do whatever you got to do. But if we're trying to be thinking and you move out, okay, you move out and you freaking, and then now you're struggling because you didn't save like 3 to 6 months of emergency funds or anything. You just said, F it, I need to do my own thing. I get it, but you cannot blame anyone else or the position because you weren't thinking well enough. And it's just you got yourself in that situation. So it's just, man, sometimes you gotta just you gotta just stick it out with those people. And this just depends on your relationship. Everyone's different. And with that, that's lifestyle creep, basically. Like, bro, the average homeowner is like 38. It's gonna keep increasing. So there's really no point to buying a house, especially in today's time, for like really long time. At least that's my opinion. I don't know about you. Okay, debt. You're paying for the past when you're in debt. Gen Z wants to look cool with cars, and for social media, they want to post it on their gram, you know what I'm saying? They want to do all this stuff. And then when you realize, I realize this, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Little short-term dopamine hit, little fire emoji, little, I experienced all this at 21, I already went through this. For the rest of my entire life, this is who I'm becoming. That's my mindset. And just point blank clear, they're lazy. You are lazy. If you're Gen Z and you're not, you're just lazy. I can say that. I worked 3 jobs at one point. 24, 48-hour shifts. You don't need to be like me. You don't need to do that. But, you know, one job is more than enough. And you're just lazy with your body. You're just lazy with not learning more. You're just lazy about everything. Like, literally, if you can't expand yourself, you can't be mad about everything. You literally got to save yourself. The government ain't going to save you. Inflation is going to keep rising. If you just don't get to it, then that's you. Like, for real, I can say this because I went through it. I put myself through all that action. I come from humble beginnings. I already told you the story. I can tell you more stories. I can tell you more stories, bro. And coming from that, because we can blame it on our background and blame everything else, but you still have the ability. I don't need to live like them. I choose to not live like how I was raised. I choose to not let poverty hold me back. I choose to not be in that way. I'm choosing. You gotta choose for yourself too. I'm not saying break your back like me. I'm not saying go all out. These are just some of the things and reasons why I think Gen Z is broke. Because we can blame it on the economy. We can blame it on... No. Like, I don't think there's really excuse. There's some margin somewhere. And it's just you don't want to give up your life because you don't want to sacrifice some things. Gen Z don't want to sacrifice some things. But you have to. You got to sacrifice some things. You got to stop being comfortable. And I can just say that because I gave up a lot of my life. I gave up a lot of my cognitive. I gave up a lot of my exhaustion I gave up a lot of it. And so that's why I'm completely changed forever. And I'm so blessed. Not for the money, I don't care. Okay, I'm so blessed for the lesson. For the lesson. Because I still go to these jobs and I can see a bunch of freaking grown-ups. Guys, 50s, 60s. And I'm just like, man, they're doing this hard warehouse labor. Yeah, maybe they had a kid super young, but that's just life. That's just your choices. And it's just the choices you make. The choices you make, the people you hang around with, the things you consume. All that too is why Gen Z is broke. And that's just my take. You don't need to be broke, bruh. You don't need to be broke. You just gotta expand yourself, get out of your comfort zone, make sacrifices where it's needed, stop hanging out with the group of people who are holding you back, and start thinking for yourself for once, and start being comfortable being alone, and develop the relationship with yourself, and think long-term thinking. You're not gonna be working till you die. You're gonna be able to get a house probably after a while. You're going to be able to actually live the life you want. And it just starts with you. It starts with you. Because, shoot, if I can do it, and you gotta believe in yourself, I gotta believe in myself that I can make it out. I gotta believe in myself that I can really do it. That too. So, hopefully you got some impact. Trying to change lives. I don't know. I might take though, but good day, good night, good day, good morning, good night. That's it.